Good morning, family and friends. This is Michael Sylvia. Yee. Enjoying my day off. It's a beautiful morning, and I've got breakfast. Well, really, I had coffee for breakfast with some milk and some multivitamins. About to go get my workout, and then when I come back, I'll have my breakfast. So I'm here alone. I'm enjoying the day, and it's peaceful. I love a peaceful morning. So I hope that's what everyone else is having today. Good morning, and I love you. And I really ain't got much to say. I guess just want to smoke some weed on my video and send it out on Facebook. I would have to say God bless President Obama for signing the farmers bill. Let that marijuana just become legal in this country. And it makes things easier, nicer, less drama. Unlike alcoholics and pill addicts, we don't cause any trouble. And we seem to speak our mind quite a bit more without being butthurt. But that is the society that we live in today. And it's on purpose. It's just, I guess I'm coming up with some thoughts now to where if you're one of those people that gets offended about everything, stay away from me. Don't come around me, and if you do, you gotta have an open mind, because I do. Alright. So we've got that. Good people on earth. That's a lot of people. 7.9 billion people on this planet. There's a lot of good ones out there. So, you gotta stick with the good and let the bad kind of sort themselves out, because karma's real. I know it's real. I already know it from life experience. And that's something I've got at now at 42 years old. But then I've also met other people that are around my age, and sad to say, they still don't get it. They don't get life. They don't understand that love isn't a necessity. Like, you gotta have love in your life. And when you feel like you don't, just let it pass. It is real. There's people out there that actually give a shit. And I just got done watching another episode of Dope Sick with my friend Tracy Badger, which I can relate to, not because I've done heroin, because I've never done heroin, I've never done Oxycontin, but I've had Oxycontin offered to me in my life, and I've always said no. Thank God for that, because every person I ever met that's actually done it, it's like you can just see the rewiring in their face when they talk to you about it. You just see it, and you know what it is. And it's like, yep, you can't change that now. And even when they quit, it's still going to leave a long-term effect that'll never go away. Now, that doesn't make a bad person out of someone who quit pills, because it makes them a better person, and they're human after all. It could easily happen to me. That's why I always said no, because I know if I said yes, I'd become an addict. See the writing on the wall. And it sucks, because a lot of the people that got addicted to Oxycontins are people that, like, say, I'll put it to you like this. There's people that I went to high school with that they're my age, and their highlights in life still was high school. Mine isn't. I hated high school. But all those people that were in the in crowd and did shit right away because they're cool and didn't feel like there was any consequences or repercussions, all got addicted to the doctor's order because it sold it to him like a lizard, like a snake in the grass. Oh, it's not addictive. It's just Oxycontin. Wow. And our FDA approved it. Wow, that's fucked up. That's so fucked. People are people. You got good ones and bad ones. They're everywhere. Let's see. Right now, I'm very thankful for life. I'm thankful for life. I'm thankful that I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful for the fact that I get food and I have a roof over my head. I got a friend. I got some friends. I'll tell you what. A lot of people have like a lot of friends. I have a lot of friends. Yeah, they're all so close. Maybe they are. I don't have a lot. I have a small amount. Real friends. Not the ones that say they are and then when shit comes down they ain't out there for you. I'm talking about real fucking friends. You're lucky if you get one. A real one. You get two, you're great. 3, 4. I mean, it's kind of like the planets around the sun. All those planets around this one sun, it can only depend on one of them to fucking say anything or think anything or evolve anything into anything at all. It's planet Earth. All those other planets don't got anything. Except for maybe a moon. One of those moons on Jupiter or Saturn has ice on it and probably hot in the middle and in between all that, some type of microbe life. Fine. Microbe life. Fine. That's not what we have here. What we have is microbes and this. Michael, Rhode Island. Yeah, I was born in Rhode Island, and I love that I was born there because Newport's pretty. But like when you go into like downtown Providence, it just starts to look dirty, filthy, shitty, people begging and shit. And I'm thinking, this is America? Even though there's people in that part of the world that aren't from America originally because they migrated here. Whatever the reason is, I'm sure people can be cleaner. And here's how I know people can be cleaners, because when I was in federal prison, those federal prisons are cleaner than people on how they live out here. Day and night difference, I promise you. Your dirtiest inmate is cleaner than half the people out here. It's fucked up, huh? It's probably how, like, when military people come back from the service and they see the real world out here and see how fucked up it is, they kind of try to make sense of it, and then it turns them into a conspiracy theorist, and they kind of can't share their ideas because everyone has their own beliefs on what all this different shit is. People being abused with bad laws, drugs, saying that marijuana kills you. That's what Ronald Reagan said in the 80s. He went on stage and said, hey, reefer, marijuana, whatever you want to call it, it kills you. And all along, they went on a single study. This is what it looked like. This is what they told you. And the single study was on 5 monkeys that got suffocated to death by marijuana smoke. And they have it on tape. It's on YouTube. I'm just saying it. Like, if that one study is that's what you put your feet on, okay. Hasn't killed me yet. Just got a bunch of fucking cavemen walking around with bad fucking education in their brains, that's all. People that think it's shitty for them should get re-educated. They really should. Should get re-educated. But they gotta wanna fucking learn. You can't just throw it at their bonehead and then just bounces off. So there's good drugs and then there are bad drugs. The good drugs, marijuana, Mother Nature made it for you. Then you got bad drugs like Oxycontin that some fucking asshole made in a lab and lied to you and told you that it was non-addictive, and you fucking took it. Now you're dead, whoever you are, as a ghost, probably haunting around saying, I want all these motherfuckers that had that shit legalized killed. A lot of ghosts around wanting that shit, I bet. You never know whose lives you've affected by legalizing Oxycontin. You just never know. But anyways, I'm on a talking binge right now because it's early in the morning. I'm feeling good. I love my family. I love my friends. I've been through a lot. And I'm still standing strong. I feel good. I'm happy. I'm single with no children, and I'm going to keep it that way. Makes me feel good. And I love children and family. Don't get me wrong. I'm just not totally drawn to it. That's all. Definitely appreciate it and love it. Just not for me. So, people smoke cigarettes. Think about this. I used to smoke cigarettes. Actually, I don't want to talk about it anymore. It sucks because a lot of people smoke cigarettes. And I see good people smoking cigarettes. Family members and people I love. Other friends. And how come that was legal the whole time and marijuana wasn't? And once you start questioning things, it gives you a different perspective. And then I guess it comes all the way down to the fact that you gotta follow the money. I don't know. I'm just going way out there now. But all I'm gonna say is that I love everybody once again. Thank you for joining. I think I'm gonna go to the gym and get a workout, come back, have breakfast. I'm sure some of you be like, geez, Mike, you just smoke, you're gonna work out? Yeah. People that can do that. I'm one of them. You gotta remember that, like, I look at people like this, and it's not a bad way to look at it. It's like, look, I understand my genetics, okay? And, like, everybody's different. Just like cats and dogs. All different types of breeds, they're all mixed. We're pretty similar to that. We're domesticated animals that are phased into a name called human. We do our thing. We go to the gym, eat, go to work. So if I was to throw a hex on people, who would I throw hexes on? I would hex, because you gotta do the math too before you throw a hex. You gotta be like, okay, if I'm gonna do like a world hex, like what would I do it to? Like, okay, so let's look at the world population, 7.9 billion, and you want to keep all the good ones, right? And you want to keep the children safe, so that's all there. So one spell would be the coronavirus, where basically, if you've noticed the coronavirus, it doesn't affect children. It just gets the old and the sick. But I wouldn't do that. You know what I would cast a spell on? Child molesters, rapists, the senseless murderers, and leaders in power that do the first and second thing I just said. And anybody of walk of life that do any of those things just die. And then once all that negativity has turned into a negative in real life, it vanishes. Then what you have left over is a crop of flowers that will be unaffected by that crime, which brings on new dimensions. Where, like, the government passed laws where, okay, so I guess you can't kill them all, right? Hitler tried to do all that. Not for the right reasons either. I'm just saying he did. And, once you start doing shit like that. So maybe what the government should do is open up these facilities, like monstrously huge. Big enough to maybe 20 years later they just collapse on themselves when no COs were in there. But anyways, fill it up with all these types of inmates. The child molester, the rapist, the murderer. And you keep them in there for indefinite detention and they never leave. They never leave. It leaves jobs. It protects the public. It's better than 5, 10, or 20 years because they're just going to come back out and reoffend again. When I was in federal prison, I saw a lot of those types of guys coming back in, reoffending. So when I saw that in prison, it made me realize if that's what I'm seeing, then what else is going on out there? And probably a lot. Yeah. If I were the devil, I would cast those spells. Abracadabra. I just want to reach out and grab you. You just might never know. I probably already cast all those spells a bunch of fucking times and keep on doing it. And we'll see what happens. And then if there's something going on, you can just say it's not real. I'm schizophrenic. So there's many levels to the game that can be played. Witchcraft, science, it's all entwined. And God is real. And if you're going to tell me he isn't, that's your own fucking problem, man. You got to figure that shit out for yourself. But I love what are the two theories they're trying to use to figure out everything? Mother theory and string theory, right? Those are the two, right? Mother theory and string theory. MS. I love Albert Einstein. I love general relativity and special relativity. I love the fact that right now, see the sun all over my face? That sunlight? Alright, one quick thing. As we know, the sun is 93 million miles away. Alright? 93 million miles away. So, light travels at 186,000 miles a second. 186,000 miles is smaller than 93 million miles. So how many times did it take to get here? Well, even though I didn't say that correctly, but here's what we're going to say. By the time this light got to my face, what I'm feeling now, when it left the sun's surface, that happened 8.5 minutes ago, and now I get it now. 8.5 minutes it took to travel through space to touch my face. I love that shit. And it's warm and nuclear and radioactive. I love the sun and I love the moon and sun, MS. Well, anyways, I'm going to practice a little witchcraft today and have some fun. But I'm going to go to the gym first. And if you think I'm crazy, you're right. Have a wonderful morning. I love my family and friends. This feels pretty good. And I'm going to have a good day today. And you do the same too. Have a great day. I love you.